So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Joey,
Brian, and Ed. We're Joyweather.
and we're gonna ask
There you
some
go.
questions today about their new single "For the Weekend." So congrats on that, by the way, guys. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Thanks. Pretty good. How has the response been so far?
no, we're on a few playlists that we're super grateful for. A couple write-ups happened and a couple more in the works, so we're just super grateful. You know, it's been a while since we've released anything substantial. Really, it was last January was our full LP. That was the first thing we released. Then it was just some covers for quarantine, and then a Christmas song because why not? So this year
God.
is really the first thing we've done.
Wow,
Okay.
that's awesome. Are you guys gonna do another Christmas song?
Ooh, we did talk about it, but I think this year we're gonna skip it. Maybe next year.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's fair. I'll cope, I guess. So is there any meaning behind the single title "For the Weekend" and the cover art?
Yeah. So it actually came from a line in Parks and Rec, which is like my
Oh
favorite
my
show
God.
of all time.
Dude, my show is literally my cup is literally Parks and Rec. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I love that show. I've watched it so many times, and then
Mhm.
it's like a comfort show for me too. So I ended up watching it a lot more during the pandemic because
Mhm.
and then in season 4, it's like after Tom, I think he fails like a business venture, and he's like
Yeah.
he's in the office, and I think he's talking to Jerry about his dreams, and then Jerry's just like, "Weekends are for dreaming, Tom." And for whatever reason, that just like jumped out and stuck in my brain.
Mhm.
Because at the time I was super overworked, and I don't know, I couldn't deal, and it resonated, and so
Mhm.
I guess that's where the title comes from. The work and then the artwork. I don't know. I think it was kind of like a word association thing, like weekend, and like I would think of parties, but I hate parties.
Mhm.
And but also I like the only thing I do like weirdly is like the end of them, where like everyone's kind of feeling like tired and like
Mhm.
they don't want it to end, but they do, and just that, I don't know, weird feeling. And I was trying to communicate that to the artist, where I had come up with a concept for that sort of vibe, and then got to work with a good friend of mine. Hopefully answer the question.
Yeah, you
You
did.
did.
You
Yeah.
did. That was perfect.
So can you guys tell us a little about your writing process for the single?
Saw me, baby. These guys are used to it. I think historically it's been, I'll come with like the skeleton of the song. Words, lyrics, or same thing. Sorry, words, melody, and then chords.
Mhm.
And then these guys will put their
So
brains on
I'll
it.
jump in for drums. Ed does bass, and then when it's like smaller, like little production bells and whistles or auxiliary percussion that we add in later, we all just kind of hang out in the room and figure out what sounds good, what doesn't sound good, and add and subtract from there.
Okay.
Oh, all right, solid. So I want you three to tell us your favorite lyric off this track and the meaning behind it.
Ooh,
Mm.
this is bad for me because like when we're practicing, I always have to look at Joe because I forget the words all the
You want
time.
me to start?
No.
Yeah, I actually would prefer you to start.
My favorite part is right when the chorus kicks in. So pull up a chair to the table of despair. To me, like hearing such a fun, poppy, upbeat song, it's like 175 beats per minute. It's like pretty fast. It's energetic.
Mhm.
It's happy until you kind of dig in and figure out what the lyrics are about. And it's like, oh, this is kind of about the like weekend culture of like everyone getting burnt out and just trying to survive till the weekend, and almost like a tongue-in-cheek way of saying it's not really sustainable. And I think that's what Brian was feeling.
Hmm.
I know that because we talk. So to me, it's like that's when you realize like, oh, this song isn't necessarily what I thought it was, but also I just love the chorus. It gets stuck in my head, and that's the line that like when the song is stuck in my head, that's the one I end up bopping.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
All right, I got one.
All
I
right.
think also chorus, because nobody cares, least of all your peers. I don't know. I mean, it's not like a super serious song, but yeah, yes, kind of. But yeah, I don't know. It just sounds like me. Like
Mhm.
It's kind of how I talk, how I think and feel, where like, you know, maybe I'm going through a hard time or like something feels difficult, but everyone has, you know, baggage, everyone has shit. And so, yeah, like nobody wants to hear it, man. And it's kind of like what I tell myself, and then kind of, I don't know, came out in the song in a way that feels authentic, I guess.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think that's probably the right at the end of the chorus. I think the "There goes Sunday, we'll be happy someday."
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh.
I like a clever little rhyme that you kind of don't expect, and I think it sums up kind of the sentiment of the song pretty well.
Mhm.
All right. Very good. Where was your headspace at while you guys were writing the single? I know you guys have kind of mentioned it already, but
Because okay, so currently, you know, my day job, I'm working with kids who are on the spectrum, and so when the midpoint, or like when the pandemic hit, I ended up being in the medical worker category, and so ended up working out like through the whole pandemic. But yeah, like pretty quickly I realized that like the, you know, neurodivergent kiddos were having like a way harder time than we were, and so kind of like taking that on. And then actually my girlfriend who was living with me at the time, she kind of like mysteriously fell ill, and she was bedridden for like 8 months
Oh.
on top of like these kids having these, you know, pretty tough behaviors. And I'm like exhausted from that, come back, and I'm like, all right, now I got to take care of her, you know, all of her needs. And then at the end I'd be like, all right, do I have anything left in the tank?
Mhm.
Do something musical or anything.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just felt, I don't know, personally, I was just totally trapped, or like I felt super trapped, and like, oh, is this it now? This is just what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, where I was at.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I think it's kind of how a lot of people felt the whole past year and change, with like you're looking forward to the future and being like, okay, it's gonna be better soon, but
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
today. And I think that's kind of the song. Like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like the indefinite, like not knowing when it's gonna end. You're just,
yeah,
Yeah. So, how do you recommend your listeners to listen to this track for the first time? Should they play it in the car with friends? Should they put on some headphones, turn off the lights, kind of listen to it in the dark? Should they blast it at a party? What do you guys personally recommend?
Personally, I think the situation comes secondary to the volume. I think the louder you play it, the better it becomes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's almost like my litmus test for our songs. And I do play it in the car, and I will play it on my headphones and whatever, but I just keep bumping it up, and I'm like, does it sound even better when I turn it up?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I think we're onto something.
Are we all in agreement?
Anyone else?
I think it's a car song. I think it's definitely a
Yeah.
sing along, yell along in the car type
Mhm.
song.
All right.
I agree.
Okay.
Nice.
So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe the single for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. All 3 you have to do it.
Energetic, fun, maybe quirky.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Not very good. No.
No.
Self-burn.
All right, your turn.
Do you need a minute? I can
Yeah,
try
I
to
do.
throw some words.
Okay.
Was say playful, but then still kind of wistful.
Mhm.
And I want to say energetic too, but no, I can't.
Sorry,
Okay.
I stole all your
Yeah.
words. I've been looking up like playlisters to reach out to for so long, so I have like all the buzzwords in my head.
Yeah.
Kind of like fits in a little surf rocky. It's a little indie rock, indie pop. There's tons of words to categorize it, but energetic's a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna go millennial working class.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. That was good. That was very good. That was better than your first one.
Yeah.
That's the landing.
So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this track to invoke in your listeners?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is a sense of fun that I would like to invoke, and also I guess I don't know if like empathy is like a feeling that can be invoked, but
Mhm.
I don't know, just like maybe camaraderie.
Okay.
Camaraderie. I don't know. It's the sort of thing I'm going for.
Okay.
That's good.
So what band or artist influence do you think you can hear on this track, if any?
It's hard when you're you're the one writing the music. I feel like you're just so
Yeah.
close to it that you're like, this is totally original. No one's ever done this before. But,
When you did the Springsteen.
yeah.
thing,
Oh,
that was-
that's right. Definitely. So when I was writing the song, I was in like a massive Bruce Springsteen phase.
As you should
like,
be.
Mhm.
Yeah, just especially like the first, I think 5 albums, like from Asbury Park all the way up to Born in the USA. I just read the book, watching movies, all Springsteen all the time.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
don't know if that came through in the music, but maybe thematically, a little.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I think I don't know. I feel like I can never get away from Elliott Smith and like David Bazan, Pedro the Lion. That's just like kind of what was the most important music to me growing up, and so
Mhm.
inevitably it's gonna come out in some capacity.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Anybody else?
I mean, musically, there are some like more, I guess, contemporary parallels where, we'll listen to Boy Pablo or even like Tiger's Jaw. Our other stuff is a little more like that indie rocky, but I think that stuff shines through a bit too. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Solid. So, what was your favorite memory that you made while creating this track?
I mean, honestly, it's always a really good time. Because we record at my house and we end up doing everything ourselves, and it just feels like we're hanging out. Like every time, it's just fun. We're just having pizza, shooting the shit, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like we're working or like really like recording. Oh, it's time to record. It's time to make a song. It's just like, all right,
Mhm.
it's Tuesday. We're
All
just,
right.
we're here.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's good.
This is the one that we sped up a bunch, right?
Oh
I think so. I think there are a few moments like those sort of like breakthrough moments that I was like, oh, this is what this needs. Like this is why it wasn't really feeling right. So there were a few of those with this song. I think the big one was the tempo, but
yeah,
a couple little things that those like discovery moments that you're like,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, and then also the key change at the end that you're like, what if?
Yeah.
What if we did this?
Mhm.
This is unhinged and it kind of fits, and I'm like, let's do it. Yeah,
Let's
we're
do
doing
it.
it.
Yes.
Immediate
Mhm.
yes. All right. So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station, you're going in for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
We could talk for hours, probably.
We've been in this exact scenario, and Ed's picked the Cheez-Its duos.
Oh,
I didn't know those existed until you.
Yeah, I don't know what those are. What are they?
it's just 2 types of Cheez-Its in one bag. It's like honestly. like,
Oh, it sounded so fancy.
I mean, it is good though. Like they come up with good combinations, but
Okay, that's good.
nothing. There's no new Cheez-It engineering involved or anything like.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll look for something that's like I wouldn't want a whole bag of it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fun to have like a little thing. So bugles for me, I just always enjoy eating bugles. That'd be my go-to.
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna
Perfect.
go with, sour gummy worms. Those are like those are
Yep.
I just every other time of the year I can't resist, but anytime we're doing long drives, I'm like, yep, all of this is going in my body and I'm gonna have a stomach ache.
Yeah.
It's worth it though.
Fair
For
enough.
sour gummy worms, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So where do you guys see the band in the next 5 years?
Playing a show on the moon.
There you go.
Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think this album kind of, for us at least, felt like a rebirth in a sense where,
Mhm.
with COVID, we really weren't seeing each other much at all.
Mhm.
And then once we were all like, okay, we're vaccinated, and we were hanging out with masks for a while, and that really stunk, but we still did it.
Yeah.
This was like the first song that we created, brought all the way to completion, and now have released since all of that. So for us, it's like not starting over, because we had we have a base of songs and a few fans, mostly our moms, but that's something.
There you go.
Now that this is out, now we're just going to keep rolling. We've got tons more songs in the pipe. We're ready. We're being a little more thoughtful about trying to promote them as opposed to just kicking them out the door and seeing what happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
So who knows in 5 years?
Playing shows on the moon. I love it. So for the last couple of questions, so I can shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with drink?
Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, I was just
There you
thinking.
go.
And if I get multiple drinks, I'm getting both chocolate milk and apple cider.
Okay.
Chocolate milk with Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm just taking what I like.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not necessarily all cohesive, but
Mhm.
that's what I like. That's what I'm going for.
I respect it.
I think my brain's still on Parks and Rec because I'm gonna go full Ron Swanson, some sort of fancy like slab of meat and
Yeah.
some kind of fancy scotch.
Yeah. Okay. No, like all the eggs.
I was
None of
thinking
that.
breakfast. I was thinking like
Yeah.
all breakfast, just like pancakes, waffles, eggs, just
Mm-hmm.
in a pile. Just yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much
Okay.
it.
Excellent.
On brand.
Leslie Nopoy. Perfect.
All right.
So, if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
I'm gonna say Narnia post all the bad stuff happening. No, I'm not a huge fan. Like I loved the books and movies and whatever, but I'm just thinking because time passes slower and when you come back you haven't aged. So I
Yeah,
get a free week.
Oh yeah.
that'd be cool.
I think I'd go with the Shire probably.
Mhm.
The movies really did it for me. I was like, oh, that looks nice.
You'd be a giant there though.
Even better. That's great.
There you go.
I just can't get away from it. Pawnee Indiana.
Yeah, Pawnee.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really stuck on that Parks and Rec today.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
You know,
Meeting
fair
Leslie Knope
enough.
alone is worth it. So,
Yeah.
come on.
Fair enough. So I've down to ask the last question, and every single person who's spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Brown.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
I was at a young age when I realized no one's favorite color was brown, and I was like a hipster kid, and I'm like, it's gonna be my favorite color. I've grown to have a real true appreciation for it. There's a lot of hues. It's everywhere. Gotta go with brown.
There you go.
Earthy, natural. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Go with purple because it's always my mom's favorite color. It had like lavender colored walls, so I think it just kind of seeped in, and I've always sort of liked. Got a purple strap for one of my bases. Some shoes with some purple in it. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
All right.
it's a good one.
Purple's a good color.
Yeah, I was gonna say burgundy. It's kind of like, I don't know. I like it. It sounds fancy.
Mhm.
Fancy. I like it.
Okay.
Is that kind of brown?
Ooh.
It's like
Kind of
It's
red.
red. Yeah.
We're
Kind of-
perfect. We're
Yeah.
Look at that.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
take it away.
Oh man. Okay. We got more music coming. We've got right now through November. We have a hat giveaway. We got these sweet hats. I don't know. You want to run and get one? So I can
where
show?
are they?
I think they're out on the couch. We just got like a limited run for fun, so like us and our friends could have some Joy Weather merch.
Mhm.
And we're doing a giveaway. So I think if you follow the steps, I think you just have to follow us on Spotify, and you can get a chance to get one of these
They're
puppies.
so swag.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's printed backwards. Just the
Oh,
camera.
these.
So we got that going.
Oh, these are actually really good.
Our dear friend and my sister Maggie Gently has some music coming out soon, and sometimes we'll play on her live in her live band as well. So just a tons. Just follow us on socials, follow us on Spotify, add us to your playlists. We'll
There's
be
more
around.
stuff coming for this too. There's a lyric video, a
Yep.
couple other things around this song too. So
All
over the
right.
next few weeks, those will be coming out. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Well, thank you for now. This guy's been Joy Weather, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.